Tonight on CTV News, we have a look at a hair show that took place over the weekend, plus we have an update on a crash that happened early Monday morning.
All this plus weather, sports, and entertainment starting now on CTV.
Good evening and happy Valentine's Day. I'm Marlo Lundak.
And I'm Kara Coles, and here's a bit of what you might have missed today.
The new Colorado State University on-campus football stadium is now 80% complete, according to Doug Wilson, project field manager for Icon Venue Group. The stadium now has the majority of the wall system, concrete, precast, roofing, interior framing, drywall, and major utilities finished. Wilson said the stadium has a planned substantial completion on June 9th, and the final completion is planned to occur on August 10th, after the stadium has been put through a few operational tests. Construction began in fall 2015 and is expected to be completed to be used for the first game of the 2017 football season. The last 20% consists of smaller tasks such as painting, lighting, plumbing, and other small items. Wilson also explained that this final 20% is also focused on finishing the field itself and as well as the scoreboard.
Since January, there have been multiple protests and rallies across Fort Collins. This weekend, yet another rally took place as over 1,000 supporters of Planned Parenthood gathered in Old Town Square. CTV reporter Haley Candelario has the story.
Over 1,000 people gathered in Old Town Square Saturday afternoon for a peaceful rally to show their support for Planned Parenthood. The rally was hosted by We've Got Your Back, a local Fort Collins girl gang.
We reached out to a lot of people and we got in contact with a bunch of different groups because we wanted a lot of diversity and inclusivity. So we've had a lot of different kinds of people speaking, and I think that's really important.
Audience members participated in performances by local musicians, heard stories about people's experiences with Planned Parenthood, and were encouraged to donate money to the organization and contact state representatives.
This is very important. Like you said, we're both very passionate about this, and we have been for a very long time, and we just felt that we needed to bring people together here in Fort Collins.
Guest speakers Senator John Koufalos and State Representative Joanne Janal spoke to the crowd to show their support for the organization.
We need to keep standing up and fighting for women's rights. It's really, really important.
The rally was meant to allow supporters to gather peacefully in support of Planned Parenthood.
I'm happy to see all of the variety of the different people that showed up. We've got men, women, children, young, old, everywhere in between, and it's so great to see how all of it turned out.
Now the fight continues, and not only for just women's health, but for men's health.
The creators of the event, AJ Kelly and Elijah Hughes, said they are already working to put together another rally in Fort Collins in the near future, which will be similar to the Denver Women's March.
The Colorado State University Diversity Grant has been suspended following a federal free speech lawsuit filed by an anti-abortion student group. The grant's purpose is to support programs that enhance the educational and cultural aspects of the university and raise awareness of differing perspectives. According to the grant website, the suspension is to review the process and procedures in the grant process. CSU Students for Life and Anti-Abortion Club at CSU filed a federal lawsuit against CSU for the denial of the grant to fund a pro-life speaker. The student group claimed that the grant was denied because the event did not seem unbiased, and the committee worried attendees from various sides of the issues, quote, won't necessarily feel affirmed while attending the event, unquote.
Over the weekend, I had the opportunity to go to the hair show hosted by CSU's United Women of Color, where I got to see hairstyles and fashion specific to the African American community. This past weekend, CSU's United Women of Color presented their 5th annual hair and fashion show, hosted by UWC's President Jasmine Cooper Moore and Vice President Shannon Martin. The show, called Dripping Melanin, was a competition dedicated to showcasing the work of talented stylists and serves as a tribute to Black History Month.
It's really just a good way to pretty much embrace, I guess it's like the theme of this month, but embrace my Blackness. So just to showcase the beautiful women that we have here at CSU and just everywhere else around Colorado.
There were a total of 4 rounds, during which the stylist models would feature different hairstyles. Each round was scored by a total of 6 judges. The grand prize for winning the competition was a $300 check, and this year the winner was Tiana Porter.
I've been here through college, so I understand the difficulties that you have to go to as a Black woman, and being somewhere that you don't have a lot of resources to, as far as like your own hair, because it's considered not normal. But I love coming back. I love giving back to people. I love showing my work and being able to be a role model.
The hair show was just one of the many events being hosted throughout February by the Black African American Cultural Center in honor of Black History Month. If you would like to learn more about these events or United Women of Color, please visit baacc.colostate.edu. Again, if you are interested in learning more about events pertaining to Black History Month, you can visit baacc.colostate.edu or visit the Black African American Cultural Center located in the Laurie Student Center, room 335.
Monday afternoon, graduate students gathered in the Laurie Student Center to present their master's thesis research as part of the Vice President for Research Fellows 3-Minute Challenge. 36 students from the 7 of the 8 different colleges that CSU offers presented in 3 minutes or less and using only one slide to represent the research that went into their projects. The graduate students informed the audience and judges about the studies and discoveries that are taking place all across CSU campus. The panel of judges for the VPR graduate program consisted of 6 CSU staff members with an array of backgrounds, but all largely in support of graduate programs. The judges rated the graduate students' presentations on content, comprehension, engagement, and communication skills. Based on these skills, students will be selected as VPR finalists. In an interview with the Collegian, Ellen Fisher, senior faculty advisor for the VPR, said that the format of this presentation allows graduate students to present their work in a fast, fun, and competitive manner. Before the students presented their projects, VPR staff members and judges were sure to recognize the extensive research that goes beyond these 3 minutes that they are given to present. After the challenge ended, I had a chance to talk with one of the presenters about her experience in the VPR challenge.
Well, it was very hard because you have to say it in a way it is for the public. So it's not like you're talking to your peers and you can use your fancy words and all of that. Like, you really have to kind of tailor it in a way that everybody can understand it. So that is one challenging part. The other part is definitely choosing the right topic to talk about. It takes a lot of time, but it's completely worth it.
A crash closed down the intersection of Shields and Prospect early Monday morning. According to Kate Kimball, Public Relations Manager for Fort Collins Police, the accident occurred when 26-year-old Brian Dowell was headed west on Prospect and ran a red light. He collided with a gray truck that hit the passenger side of his car. Dowell's passenger was taken to Poudre Valley Hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries and was discharged later that day. Powell himself refused medical treatment at the scene and received a citation for running the red light. He was also arrested for drug possession with intent to distribute. The accident caused the southbound Shields route and the eastbound Prospect routes to close for about an hour.
Those who were without a Valentine today had other reasons to celebrate. 5 furry friends entered the LSC this afternoon to help mend all the broken hearts and ease the stress of school. The premier National Honor Society for College Seniors partnered with Human Animal Bond in Colorado for an hour of puppy fun. The animal organization is also known as HABIC and has developed a large number of animal-assisted therapy and activity programs in Fort Collins. The pups in attendance for today's event with the CSU Mortar Board were giving out all the Valentine's Day love they had. The communications chair spoke to CTV during the Puppy Fest about today's event and ones to come later this week.
Mortar Board. It's a National Honor Society for College Seniors, and this is Mortar Board Week. So Mortar Board was founded on February 15th in the early 1900s, and so now all of the chapters across the nation are hosting various events for recruitment and just general awareness of the chapter. This week for our CSU chapter, we're hosting Play with Pups, Puppy Love here on Valentine's Day. And on Thursday, we're having a mixer for potential new members. So that'll help us get a lot of exposure and hopefully find some new members for next year's chapter.
Well, that will do it for news, but we have more on Valentine's Day later on with Ryan Christ.
But up next is Sierra Symes with weather.